emergency is over. And the rule provided that the oath could be administered as long as at least one justice of the Supreme Court was present. So this is the first video that we are doing. We don't know how it will work out. I volunteer to be the justice present today. So at this time, again, I welcome each and every one of you for this process. And in this special proceeding, I will consider the proceedings formally open. And I'll call on the chair to introduce the candidates to certify that they have met all of the requirements and move the admission. Once I grant the admission, we will then have the clerk administer the oath. And as the chair indicated, as you will each stand to take the oath, we ask that you adjust your cameras so that at least we can see you, your face as you stand. When you sit back down, you can readjust it again. So with that, I will ask the chair, Thomas Griffith, to make our presentations of the candidates.
Good morning, Honorable Justice, Chief Justice, and candidates for admission to the Virgin Islands Bar. Honorable Justice, my name is Marie Thomas Griffith, Chair of the Committee of Bar Examiners. It gives me great pleasure today on behalf of the committee and our Chair Emeritus, the Honorable Jeffrey Barnard, who is not able to join us today, to present to you candidates for admission who all come forward as on motion, having satisfied the requirements established by the Court of the Virgin Islands, have been determined to be eligible and fit for the practice of law in this jurisdiction. Honorable Justice, I present to you candidate Deanna Coata, a graduate of Anderson College, completed her law degree at the University of South Carolina School of Law. Her prior admissions to the bar are in the states of South Carolina and North Carolina. She is presently employed at Rogers, Townsend and Thomas, PC. I present Ms. Deanna.
Thank you.
I present to you Charles Jacob Gower. Could you please? The Louisiana State University, both undergraduates and Herbert Law Center at that institution for law school. He is presently to the bar of Louisiana and Texas and is employed at Burns Charest, LLP. I present for admission Mr. Charles Jacob Gower.
Thank you.
Next candidate, Ms. Dana Hurlick. Could you please stand, Ms. Hurlick? Ms. Hurlick of the University of North Carolina undergraduate study. She earned her law degree at the University of Connecticut School of Law. She admissions to the bars of the state of New York and Connecticut and is currently employed at Horton, Dowd, and Levesque, LLP. I present to you Marie Hurlick.
Thank you.
Next candidate is Mr. Arthur. Please stand, Mr. Mark. He is a graduate of the University of New Orleans and earned his law degree at Tulane University School of Law. Mr. Murray currently is admitted to the bars of the states of Texas and Louisiana and is employed through his firm, the Murray Law Firm. I present for admission Mr. Arthur Mahoney Murray.
Thank you.
Matthew Scott Raptor, would you kindly? Raptor is a graduate of Michigan State University College and earned his law degree from that institution as well. He admitted in the jurisdictions of Arizona, Colorado, Illinois, Kansas, and Michigan, and is employed Halls and Evans, LLC. I present for admission Mr. Matthew Wagner.
Thank you.
Next candidate, Mark Tepper. Tepper, would you kindly stand? This graduate of Ithaca College. He took degree at the New England School and holds permissions to practice law in the states of Pennsylvania, New Jersey, the District of Columbia, and New York. The Tepper is employed at Buchanan, Ingersoll, and Rooney, PC. I present for admission Mr. Mark Tepper.
Thank you.
Next candidate, Anna Alexandrovna Voluska. Vlasova, my apologies, Vlasova. Ms. Vlasova is a graduate of the George Mason University, and her law degree is from the Catholic University of America, Columbus School of Law. She's currently admitted and the District of Columbia and at Dudley, Topper, and Fierce. I present to you for admission Ms. Anna Vlasova.
Thank you.
That completes the candidates that are presented for admission today.
Very well. The court accepts your motion and will admit each of the candidates to the practice of law in the Virgin Islands and to the bar of this court. And, I have previously signed the judgments to that effect. And at this time, I will call on the clerk to formally administer the oath of office.
Good morning. Please raise your right hand and keep it raised during the entire oath. When I say I, you'll say your name, and then you'll repeat the rest of the oath in unison. Ready? I,
Mark Tepper, Charles J.
Anna Coada.
Mark Ratner.
did everybody speak? I didn't hear. Okay. Do solemnly swear
Swear.
I will support the Constitution
I will support the Constitution
and laws of the United States
Laws of the
of the
United
United States,
applicable to the Virgin Islands
applicable to the Virgin Islands,
and the laws of the Virgin Islands.
and the laws of the Virgin
Islands.
I will maintain the respect due
Retain the respect due
to courts of justice
to the courts of justice
courts of justice
and judicial officers,
and
and judicial officers,
and conduct myself in accordance with
to conduct myself
with
the Virgin Islands rules of professional conduct.
Islands rules of professional conduct.
I will not counsel or maintain any suit or proceeding
I will not
Counsel or maintain a suit or proceeding
which shall appear to me to be unjust,
which shall
appear to me to be unjust,
nor any defense
nor any defense,
except such as I believe to be
except
except
such as I
such
believe
I
to be
believe to be
honestly debatable under the law of the land.
honestly debatable under the laws of the land.
I will employ for the purpose of maintaining
I will employ for the purposes of maintaining
the causes confided to me.
causes
provided
Such means only as are consistent
such means
only as are consistent
with truth and honor.
with honor,
honor,
I will never seek to mislead
will
will
never
never seek to mislead
the judge or jury
judge or jury,
by any artifice
any artifice,
artifice
or false statements of fact or law.
or false statement of fact or law.
I will maintain the confidence
Maintain the confidence,
and preserve inviolate
preserve inviolate
the secrets of my client.
secrets of my client,
clients,
I will accept no compensation
and will accept no compensation
in connection with their business,
in connection with their business,
with their business, except
except from them or with their knowledge and approval.
except from them or with their knowledge and approval.
To opposing parties and their counsel,
to opposing parties,
counsel,
I pledge fairness,
Pledge fairness,
fairness,
integrity,
integrity,
and civility,
and civility,
not only in court,
only
only important,
but also in all written and oral communication.
but also in written and oral communication.
I will abstain from all offensive personality and advance no fact prejudicial
Advance no fact prejudicial
to the honor or reputation of a party or witness,
to the
the honor or reputation of a party or witness,
unless required by the justice of the cause
unless
required by
the justice of the cause,
with which I am charged.
which I am charged.
which I am charged.
I will never reject,
Reject
never reject
from any consideration
any
any
consideration
consideration
personal to myself,
personal
for
Personal
myself,
the cause of the defenseless or oppressed,
of the defense
because of the defenseless or oppressed,
delay anyone's cause,
would delay
anyone's cause,
for lucre or malice.
for lucre
lucre or
I will strive to uphold the honor
strive to uphold the honor
and maintain the dignity of the profession,
maintain the dignity
and dignity of the profession,
and to improve not only the law,
and to
and to
improve
improve not only the law,
the law,
but also the administration of justice.
but the administration,
Sorry. I will never reject
never reject
never
any
reject
consideration personal to myself,
myself,
cause of the defenseless or oppressed,
cause
because of the defenseless or oppressed,
or delay anyone's cause,
delay anyone's cause,
for lucre or malice.
or lucre or malice.
I will strive to uphold the honor
strive to uphold the honor,
and maintain the dignity of the profession,
maintain
maintain the
The
dignity
dignity of the profession,
and to improve not only the law,
and to
and to
improve
improve not only the law,
but the administration of justice.
the administration of justice.
administration of justice.
And I will, in all other respects,
I will in all
Will
all other
respects
conduct myself personally and professionally
conduct myself
personally and professionally
in conformity with the high standards of conduct
in conformity with
in conformity with the high standards of conduct
imposed upon members of the bar
imposed upon members of the bar
as conditions for the privilege to practice law in the Virgin Islands.
as
as
conditions
conditions for the privilege to practice law in the Virgin Islands.
So help me God.
God.
Thank you and welcome.
Thank you, Attorney Handy. Let me be the first to formally welcome you, each of you, as members of the Virgin Islands Bar. At this point, you can be seated and adjust your cameras so that you don't have to remain standing. Okay, normally we have the president of the Virgin Islands Bar, our designee, who will welcome you as members of the Virgin Islands Bar Association. As you know, the unified bar, the admission to this court automatically makes you a member of the Virgin Islands Bar. And they normally appear in court and personally welcome each of you as members of the bar. In the absence of someone from the bar, I will ask the chair to say a few words of welcome and to explain to you the benefits of practicing law in the Virgin Islands as a member of the Virgin Islands Bar.
Good morning again to all of you, and congratulations on becoming a member of the Virgin Islands Bar. While I realize that for you, this is not your first bar admission, I will proffer to you that it is perhaps going special admissions you will have to a jurisdiction. I'm a member of this bar for 26 years now. I am very proud to say that it continues to be a small bar. Indeed, it's unified in the way it operates within the context of the judiciary and admission as members of the Bar Association, but it tends to be unified also in the way we work and operate, live, and serve clients among the members of this bar. Some of you, the signal is buffering. If you are not able to hear me, I would ask that you alert me to that, please. I trust that you are hearing my comment, however. I will say to you that being a member of a bar, Virgin Islands Bar, it's an honor to be able to serve and be dedicated to the members of our community. There are going to be many different opportunities to serve our community, both in the context of paid services as well as pro bono services. I would ask that you wholeheartedly embrace the opportunity not only to engage in that which is meaningful from an economic perspective, but in reasons, particularly the one that we are embracing at this moment, seek out opportunities to provide your skill and expertise for whom justice is very difficult to attain without the particular financial resources. I will tell you that in the Virgin Islands, one of the things that we strive to maintain is professionalism and cordiality among the bar. Today, you've had the privilege to recite what for many will be considered one of the most extensive oaths that they would have taken to become a member of a bar. It's act on the part of the Supreme Court that you recite an oath that includes terms like lucre, malice, and that it includes your commitment to truth and justice. Indeed, that is the level to which we anticipate and expect that lawyers will function as members of a bar. Point you to the fact that in our bar association, there are several committees that will opportunity to begin to define and chart the course of bar admission, not the bar admission process, but bar relations between the attorneys and the judiciary system. I would encourage you to participate in those committees. I would encourage you to get involved in the work of the Bar Association as it engages with the. I think that's a very valuable endeavor to engage in. And I will also tell you that of this bar gives you an opportunity to practice like none other in a place that is scenic, beautiful, both with its people and its geographic location. I want to thank you for the opportunity to speak to you. The and judges of our system in the Virgin Islands are ones that look forward to the high level of commitment and integrity and preparedness of the members of our bar. With that in mind, I will suggest to you that you have arrived as a member of a bar association for whom there are extraordinarily high standards as you appear before our court system. I would encourage you to always be prepared as you address the interests of your clients in appearing through the courts and as you engage in the practice. Like no other rule within the ethics rules that we must abide by, I would encourage you to always put the interests of your clients even before you. I think that is the call that we must serve. And so I thank you for this opportunity. I wish you well in the practice in this territory. I look forward to seeing and hearing about groundbreaking things you are doing to expand and define the jurisprudence in this territory and to support and defend and represent the citizens of this community. I welcome you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Thomas Griffith. Before we close, and I call on our acting director to again explain to you what you would have received if you were in court today. I again want to congratulate each of you for completing the process of being admitted to the bar. I know that each of you have been admitted, as the chair indicated, to numerous bars. I'm hearing some feedback. Maybe someone can use. Yeah, you've all been admitted to many bars, and as the chair just indicated, the Virgin Islands Bar is unique, and so we consider your admission today as just as important as the first that you took. And the oath that you took is a long and extensive oath. I believe it's probably longer than most of you. I believe South Carolina has a similar oath, so Attorney Ueda might have taken that same oath. And the South Carolina Supreme Court has held that a violation of the oath is actually a violation of the rules of professional conduct, so that everything in that oath is added to the rules of professional conduct. And we know that that you will each follow those rules and the oath. And the one portion of the rule which speaks in terms of civility, I think was, we added that specifically. Although we are a small jurisdiction, the advocacy can become very heated at times, and lawyers can get very discourteous in their emails and in their writings. And it's always important to remember that portion of the oath. Again, we are a small bar, but we think an important one. And the work that we do is as important as the work that you do in any of the states that you're admitted. I will close by again welcoming each of you on behalf of the Supreme Court, on behalf of the justices, Justice Cabret and Justice Swan, and on behalf of all of the judicial officers in the Superior Court and the magistrate judges, to whom most of your practice will probably appear. I, on their behalf, again, congratulate you and welcome you all as members of the Virgin Islands Bar. I hope that your association will be one that will be rewarding to you and to the community. As the chair indicated, the Unified Bar, we have a voluntary court-appointed process where attorneys can volunteer to serve on that appointed panel, and we certainly would request that you consider that. If no one signs up, then the court will appoint alphabetically, randomly, from members admitted to the bar, so that we ask that you consider that. Access to justice is really an empty term if those who cannot afford to hire a lawyer cannot get representation. So on top of what the chair indicated to you, we would ask that you also seek out committees of the bar that you can contribute to and join in those and be active as much as you can. Of course, I want to say a special congratulations to Donna Herlick, who is the wife of my law clerk and special assistant for a long time. I also Tony Tepper, whose sister is a Solicitor General of the Virgin Islands, and I traveled with her to St. Croix a few months ago, and she was looking forward to appearing in court to see her brother take the oath. Since we are streaming this, I hope that she can see it and be able to participate. And to all the others, Tony Baslek is actually the only one that's currently working in the Virgin Islands, and I don't know where you are currently, but with the Dudley Topper form, I'm sure that that it's good to have your admission finally occur so that you can hopefully start practicing and billing at the regular attorney rates. So with that, I will ask Brown to tell you what either you've received it already or you will be receiving, and your obligations. Brown, if you would ask.
Good morning again. The Office of Bar Admissions is proud to welcome each of you as members of the Virgin Islands Bar. Yes, I know for some of you, 5 of you as a matter of fact, this will be your 3rd admission. For one of you, it will be your 5th, and for another, it will be your 6th bar admission. So I know you all are well-experienced lawyers, and you know the importance of getting involved and also staying involved. I also would like to encourage you to participate and become part of all the pro bono opportunities to help advance the cause for equal access to justice. Please, I know you all are experienced lawyers, and your admission to the Virgin Islands Bar is most deserving. You will be receiving your certificate of admission by mail, and the Virgin Islands Bar Association will be in contact with you to provide you with your invoice and also a listing of the committees and the different descriptions that I also encourage you to take advantage of. Again, I say congratulations and best of luck. Thank you.
Thank you. Well, with that, I believe ceremony is officially over. Again, good luck. Stay safe. And shelter in place or whatever else you're doing. But do follow those guidelines and avoid becoming contaminated with this COVID-19 virus. So again, good luck. Goodbye.
Thank you.
Have a good day, everyone.
Thank you. Bye-bye.